That's okay. I'll see you. Thank you. About tonight. A matter of fact, I'm alive. So yes, I'll see you tonight. Thank you so much. About yeah, about 9:30, 10 o'clock. Yes. Okay, my dear. Get home safe. Call me when you get there. Bye. Yes, you could just put it in. Turn the lock for me, please. Thank you so much. Okay. All right. Thank you. Good afternoon, everyone. Good afternoon. Good afternoon. A pleasant afternoon. Today's what? Thursday? A pleasant Thursday afternoon to each and everyone who is here, who is above, who is beneath, and all around. I thank you so much for your presence. Well, I'm gonna try to do this slow. I'm gonna calm myself down, right? So I could take my time because, like I said, I'm old. It's no excuse because nobody called me up here. So I have to do this at my pace. And I thank you so much for you guys to, that is patient with me, okay? It's all a learning process for me, okay? Um, so we'll begin. Let me do my roll call because I was I was already warned that I'm not interacting with the chat. So, I listen. Of course, I take advice. So that's the only way you can learn. You're never too old to learn, right? All right. Good afternoon, Coco. Thank you so much for being here. Prayed up, thank you so much for being here. D Dot, I haven't seen you in a while. Thank you so much for being here. Fifi, thank you. Tracy, my boo, thank you. Thank you so much for being here. Oh, Lord. Oh, God. Behind the bar. You see? Okay, you see I'm interacting. How you doing, my dear? Thank you for being here, right? Okay, we'll begin. Um, Look, let me. I don't know if I could do both at the same time, but I'll try. I'll try. Y'all don't laugh at me. I'll try. Okay. First, hi, living my best life. Hey, Bill, Boo. Thank you for being here. Um, Angie, thank you. Thank you so much. And Miss Reed, thank you so much. Because I got a notification that you shared my post. I don't know who else did, but thank you so much. And for all those who have not subscribed to me, kindly take a couple of seconds and do that for me, please. If you have an a page, what they call a troll page or whatever, hey, use it up, man. Use it up. Help a sister out, okay? All in the game, right? Okay. Now, I hope, you know what? I meant to say something, but someone had told me not to address it, but I'm just that type of person. I hope that, like when I'm doing a commentary and sometimes things is not in someone's favor, they get mad and they just pull away, because like I said before, and let me address this before I move on. I said, right? And I'm keeping my word. While I'm doing my commentary, it's not about who I love and who I don't love. It's just about facts. Okay, I'm keeping it like that. After my commentary, or we discussing something that's different when I get to learn to do all of that, right? So I hope nobody don't feel anyway. If you think that what I deliver is not factual, is not truthful, or whatever, the comment section, I'm sort looking at that. So maybe we could discuss it down there until I could drop a line or whatever. Okay? All right, and so we're gonna do that. I'm about facts, I'm about the truth, and that's that. Okay? Because history is history. We cannot turn back the hands of time, right? Okay, that's why we have a past. Okay, and that's why they say sometimes your past come back to haunt you. So let me begin. Running my mouth too much. Let me begin. All right, let's start with Demas O. This is a subject normally I would not have touched. I'm just gonna barely touch around it, touch around. It's what is surrounding it. Now, since Dee Misso had her channel, open her platform, and I'm being very honest. I did not subscribe to Dee Misso until just the other day. I don't know if it was a slip of thought or what before what she had stand for. I can't remember what had stopped me from subscribing, or I was not interested in her. I don't know what it is. I don't know what it is. All is just a thought and a thought. I'm just being who I am. I have nothing against Dee Misso. She's a beautiful queen, and I think that's that. I love her complexion. I don't see nothing wrong with that. Okay? Her complexion, color, and all of that has nothing. I cannot even go to that because my family is a rainbow. It's like I think we were blessed. It was some light to dark, doctor, whatever. But to the end of the day, the ones that is lily white, and the ones when I'm talking, they got the eyes to match the skin. They signify black, 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 black. It is what it is. It's certain things you cannot change. So I don't see the reason that we're fighting amongst ourselves because I don't care what nobody speak about my complexion, how I look, because guess what? When I came into this world, and I know who I was, okay? My parents put me down and said, okay, to me over and over and over again. My mom would say, when I'm getting dressed sometime out of the blue, she would say, oh, you're so pretty. Oh, look at you. Oh, that just looks so nice in you. My dad will give us compliment. My mom will give us compliment. The people around us always give her compliment. Always give us compliment. So I don't know. I am already fed with that. I was bred with that. So if when I was going to school, or somebody said, look at you, you ugly. You have a big mouth. Or your face is too long. Or it is too square. I was confident enough. Okay? I had that amount of confidence because the person that birthed me told me that I'm beautiful. Okay? Told me I was the shit. So nobody outside, what they say, could have surpassed how I was brought up. The nurturing. So nobody else cannot bring me down. When those two people that brought me into the world and God told me that I was what it takes to be a human being, I was all of that and plus some more. Okay? So if everybody, you see, and this is where it's coming back to. Not everybody had that kind of maybe upbringing, and that's not their fault. You see? And that's why not everybody that push out the child or shit it out. It's because some of them shit out the child. Sorry for my language. Because if you're not prepared to have a kid, then do everything you have to do to prevent you getting pregnant, okay? And if that baby comes, don't be afraid. Don't care about what society or what the neighbor gonna say or what this one gonna say. Oh, we don't give away our children or whatever. Put the baby up for adoption. Because it's not of you being selfish. It's of you trying to have this child. Maybe it was not like you weren't prepared for the baby, right? And what you gonna do? What you gonna do? Have this child punishing with you after your life is a mess? The best thing to do sometimes is to give up the child for adoption. Sometimes you have a family member, you will ask around before you have to, take that child outside. And now adoption now it's not like before you could not trace where that child is. Okay, they have a way that you could track your child. Okay, the paperwork or whatever or however the fine print is, it is what it is. It's not like you give up this child and da 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 da. Sometimes people give up a baby for adoption. You write a letter to this child to say, well, okay, when this child become of age, like 15, 16, child get mature, I want, this, to be read to her better. You leave it with the package, you understand, of the adoption paper, whatever, right? And you keep in check. Anyway, saying all of that now, again, like I said, it's upbringing. So now Demas O. I was in from last night. I got a little bit of Miss Pizarro's chat, but like I said, there's some things I'm gonna say, and I don't know what's going on with us. And they saying the sector is dying. I don't want to be up here and nobody saying I was a troublemaker. Okay, I don't want to do that because that is the farthest thing from my mind, right? The farthest thing from my mind to say I'm a troublemaker because I'm not. What I'm going to say, maybe what people is thinking, because I don't understand. Is it scared, or you just want to be in a group, or you think people's going to be mad at you? I would rather to know you get over that shit, and I'm going to say what I have to say, and too bad if you're mad about it. Because at the end of the day, some of us, like I say, will never meet up to each other. We're going to say virtual friends, a virtual co-worker, virtual whatever it will be. And it shouldn't be that deep that somebody cannot jump out and say something. Because if you don't have your phone bill, let me tell you something. You think I'm lying? Listen. One day, be short and come on this same sector here and said, look, guys, my phone bill coming up as XYZ. I lost my job. I need some help or whatever, right? There'll be just a few people would not say anything and said, oh man, poor heat wave. Really, I don't know what happened, because they might be discussing this with their loved one, right? Some of the loved one might say, you don't know that person. Why the hell did they prepare for that? That's her business, Then it will have a group of people now. They're going to start content. She don't have money for a thing. And what you think? Okay? So you want to be in that kind of group? No. You don't want to be in a group like that. Because they will talk. They will speak. So once you're not dependent on somebody to pay your bills, then it shouldn't be that deep. That if you want to say something, okay, my avatar picture might be showing up there. I don't know. Right? When you go on the platform, it's a group of us going to be up there. And no time, no technology didn't go on so far that we could push our hands through the screen and make that bam, shut up. I want to fight you back. Boom. Oh my God, I think we would have murdered each other over and over again. So those things, it's not happening. And in our sector, ain't nobody pulling up on nobody. It's just a lot of talk. Okay? They rather to do phone calls than the pulling up. Okay. So let me go back again to the MSO. So when Pizarro's platform now, I heard this girl was rambling on and on and on and on and on. I think they said some space travel. I don't know what her name is. Something space travel. I think she and Pizarro be always going at it. I think that's part of her character. I don't know. But then I heard a familiar voice. I heard Mr. Sean Bradley. And I'm going to address him by his full name. And I'm not going to use no derogatory thing along with that, because that's how serious I am. Now, he was up there and they were talking about a situation because Nina was up there. Yes, Nina was up there. I think Nina was speaking. I don't know if Nina was speaking to everybody on the platform. She was speaking to Miss Pizarro, whatever. Like I said, I just got up and I saw that was going on. But I think Nina left the platform at one time. And I think somebody called her back to come back. Was that what happened? Something like that. Anyway, then I heard a familiar voice, and that was like Mr. Sean Bradley. So what I remember what he said, and correct me if I'm wrong, who was in that live, who listened to it or whatever. He said, what he was trying to tell, I think, Demas, listen, this is a beef sector, and like anything goes. Nobody don't care about your feelings, about your complexion, or none of that. Like saying, if you don't have thick skin and a broad, strong ass back, get the hell out to the kitchen. Right? it is the beef sector. So people is hitting you down, whether it's the baby to the adult, the grandmother, like me, push you down out of the way. Ain't no sympathy. You shouldn't be out here. Ain't nobody giving you a pass. I think, let me look down this chat and see if anybody was there and agreeing with this here, about what Sean Bradley was trying to say, what I comprehend what he was saying. Let me see if anybody could say like I'm on the right track, because he was saying, in other words, it is what it is, you know, and nobody give me a break out here. We get like vicious out here. It get worse. So if anybody was there, could you please say yes? That is what you understand it by, or maybe I'm wrong, because that is what I heard, in other words, and that's how I that was my understanding of what he was saying, right? No sympathy out here or whatever. Could anybody yes, guys, could you please subscribe, please, if you have not done that already, please. I know, because without you guys, now I'm a wannabe content creator, or so it's like anyway. I'm trying. Okay, so now as made a content creator, I'm in the driver's seat now. Please, I'm begging for your subscription, please, and thank you. I don't know about a thumbs up and all of that, because I didn't get to my 1,000 yet. But thank you guys for helping me along the way. I appreciate everything. So, anyway, I'm not here. I'm not seeing anything about if I'm going the right direction. That's what Sean Bradley was trying to say. In other words, every man for themselves out here. If somebody could just say yes, no, so that I could move on. If you didn't hear it, then you just didn't hear it. But somebody in the chat, I'm sure was listening or heard. Okay. All right. I get it. Yes. Okay, good. Thank you, guys. Thank you. Okay, now let's go back. You see this history? And that's how we have to go back to the past. Everything on this beast sector, it goes back and it's surrounded back to the past. Because it don't matter what you do in life, it's going to go back to your past. But it's not where you was really. It's where you're going to and where you're at currently. Okay. Now, when I heard Sean Bradley saying that, I'm looking in the chat. I'm looking in the chat. I couldn't care less what anybody else said. I'm looking in the chat, looking in the chat. I'm trying to read it the best way. I take on my magnifying glass, I'm telling you. And I'm like, shh, looking in the chat. Let me see what the hell is going on here. Guess what? I didn't see anything. So now I got to my phone and I'm like, okay, let me say something. And that inner voice say, back away, not yet, not yet, not yet. And I'm fighting with that voice and say, get the hell out of here. I gotta say something, because I don't want anybody beat me to that. The childlike mentality come back into me. Nothing. And then I can't remember what happened. And I lost focus. I guess nighttime medication kicking and old age kicking, and I was out. Anyway, so when I heard him saying that, and I'm like, nobody's not going to address this shit. Well, listen, I'm going to address it. Because everybody say, like what I was saying before, is something surrounding that. When I heard Sean Bradley say that, I almost fall the fuck off the bed. I'm like, what? Really? You got all that energy now? Sean Bradley, in case I don't know who's new here or what, but I'm saying what I remember, what I witnessed. Sean Bradley was here fighting with a lady named VS. VS. The infamous VS. And VS had Sean Bradley run off of this streets here. She didn't have him run off. He run off because he's a weak ass. Weak bitch. All he know to talk about ass and pink door. In the Caribbean, we say Bamsi. We say Bati. Okay? Common word we use. Alright. So that's all he's good for. So, the same person is saying this and that and that and that. That is the same person wanted to take this VS, or not even wanted to take her to court, file charges against her. Because what? She called him a name. Listen to this. When people's criticizing, that they say clean your own backyard. Clean your house before you go looking at somebody else. Take care of your own business before you go. Remember what you said in the past. He should have been more kind of what understanding where this lady's coming from, right? Because once upon a time, he was there. He takes somebody to court. He didn't remember that. Hey, it doesn't be sector and da 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 da. Look at what he did. He actually filed paper and went to court. And that is when a lot of people knew who Kwani was in person. I didn't see Kwani at that time, okay? Kwani came down from wherever she was to go to court with Mr. Bradley, right? They never get to serve the paper because VS was smart. And if I was VS, I'd do the same thing. Don't open the door. And he was like, Susie, open the door. Susie, open the door. And Susie was like, no, bitch. So serving and serving and serving, and Susie never opened the door. Okay? Susie stay inside with her dogs, breed them dogs, had she people strong behind her, and she was loved. He now ran from the street and ran to a thing named Patreon, whatever the thing named. He ran off the street. And they said, she ran him off the street. And all for a name. She gave him that name, John Wayne Gacy. And just a name it touched his soul, his spirit, and his whole being. She touched him. Okay? And whoever called him John Wayne Gacy, guys, whoever called him that, he would never forgive you all. That was so deep. And I'm like, wait a minute. I stop and I think. Those things when we were going to school and somebody called you what you would call a false name out of your name. Yes, it hurt. But I'm like, how this is associated with him. Because when she had called me John Wayne Gacy or whatever, I'd call him what that murdering name. They executed her with a female, that lady. Damn. Y'all know who it is. She was going after truck drivers and so. Damn. Anyway, I would have called her something like that, right? I'd have find a name for her, right? So, anyway, so that was that deep, okay? So I wanted to know, in that chat, you're going to tell me nobody in there didn't remember that? Because the way how he was going down and acting like he have thick skin. Nobody, Miss Pizarro, none of y'all didn't remember to say, hey, Sean, listen. So, you change over the years because guess what? You really changed because when, VS named you, Gacy, you were very upset. So you could use that as a learning example for to Demas O. Okay? But don't act as you had all that thick skin. You know, and that's what I don't understand with these people. You know what mostly, forget about Sean, you know what I mostly can't understand with this sector? I don't know if it's a popularity thing or what. I'd rather to know I am respected for who I am and what I fucking stand for than to be with any clique or with fake ass people. Like I said, what you see with me is what you get. I'm dancing around. That's just me. I was going to say something. I don't have to say that. And don't tell me nobody in that chat. Over 500 people. And nobody didn't, not one person. Or maybe I wasn't seeing, not one person brought it up. And that's how people get away with all this shit. And according to what he had said, maybe, I don't know, maybe the moderators, I don't know if Pizarro moderators would have blocked me. If Pizarro would have blocked me, it should have let me come up there. Oh, I was so tempted to come up there and ask him. You know, I congratulate him on the thick skin that he grew overnight since VS wasn't here, you know, with a John Wayne Gacy. And then he came up with CPS. Look at that. He's showing everything that is associated to him. Because he lost his certification with having foster kids. He could never have foster kids again under his name. And, you know, you don't mess with the government. So I can't see it's that deep for him to change it. No, you can't do that, right? Because if he have any military benefits and so, he will lose it, right? Because that's fraud, 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 fraud. So he lost that. And that was not because really on that lady pressure cooker or whatever. It was not only based on her. It's what he did. Okay, mind you, the child was not in his care when he ran. I think the child was with the social worker, right? He was at home. They were contacted or whatever. Sean Brady wasn't alive. Everything for him. He's the one that people, that's what I'm saying. I don't know why some of us idolize idiots or scary people or weak bitches. Because he did everything wrong. The reason for him to lose that certification is not only they saying Shelly name was called and Pressure Cooker name was called. He had this thing on live broadcast even when the child said, she hit me, she hit me. I was in that chat. She hit me, she hit me. He sent the child said he was hungry, and sent the child, go and let, what's her name? Whatever the lady name is so-called, sister-in-law. And I didn't know she was a drinker, and she must say, get the hell away from me, because I didn't know how much, work the lady had and how much she was going through, because sometimes kids could really get on your nerve. Okay, really get on your nerve, and sometimes some people is not supposed to be around kids. That's the next thing. I can see I'm with a man, and this man and me are lovers, and you send your sister, especially when I see your sister that drunk. You have foster kids, I have foster kids. That is desperation. Why the hell the first thing you're going to say, let my sister come and stay with you? Unless I see you were cramped for space? Yes. Because we're a couple. Yes, I'll do it. But if I see what's not cramped for space, why the hell you throwing off your baggage at me? And you put a ring on it? That's again desperation. I don't know the finery of all of that, but it is what it is. Then the next thing too, I'm looking. Let's go to D. Ramsey. They're saying on the street, it seems like D. Ramsey is in some kind of crisis. For me, maybe it's like a storyline because again, D. Ramsey have kids. And over the years, I have not heard like D. Ramsey, because most of these people bring their life on the streets here. And you know a lot, more than you need to know. So D. Ramsey have her kids. I've never heard like she and her kids is not getting along because even in the holidays time, she would say, well, her daughter's coming and she's excited and she and her husband is preparing. Did you go, honey, the plane is coming in at this time? I've never heard anything negative. At even one time they were laughing and say D. Ramsey was picking up, I think her daughter is gay, allegedly. So I think she was like talking to the females that her daughter maybe was interested in. They were partying at some place or something like that, right? So that means a parent is close with their offspring, right? So I can see I have a mother. Let's go to a friend, and it don't have to be my best friend. And I'm on YouTube and I see my friend driving wrong, like, no, hell no. If even she got to share, if I'm not married, she got to share a bed. If even she have to go in my tub and sit wherever she'll make a bed to have the floor, I would not have my friend under those circumstances, right? And if this is out of the norm, then why they're not helping her? Unless, like I said, it's a storyline. Because please let it be a storyline. Because if that's not a storyline, Club Chat, y'all is a piece of shit. And the one person I exclude from that, because I could tell from that lady, and not because she's of Caribbean. Jesus take the wheel. She seems like a very caring and giving person that came from a good upbringing, right? And I don't think she would sit back and see that happening. She would have tried to help. So what happened to all these people that had money and they say Club Chat was raining money and like they had the biggest purse on the sector? What happened to the purse? So Sean Bradley, nothing could come down. Only God Almighty could come down and tell me that D. Ramsey did not take out her money for the show. I hope that's not true. And give all her money there because she want to be top dog. You see? And then she get tied up. I don't know she's still with her husband. What's going on? And she traveling with some bed on the car. Lord. Anyway. So I was saying last night, listen, I just gotten up, but I was looking for some shit. I was gonna shake it up because I was gonna run up there and say, Sean Bradley, are you using this here Demas O situation as a deflection? Huh? It's not time you go back to your camp and take care of D. Ramsey and go straighten out your camp. Instead of you coming over in this side here and coming to take care of what's going on with Demas O. I don't know if they do a live. I don't know if they do a GoFundMe for this woman, something. And at least get her a proper vehicle. Get her the right vehicle to be on the road. Get her the right vehicle to be on the road. Okay? Because if you're going to live on the road, because that was something, that was not a bad idea. But you got to get an RV. You got to get the right vehicle to be on the road. Nothing wrong with that. You raise your kids already or whatever. But you can't be in a car and got a portable potty. What kind of shit is that? Might as well you stop at the side of the road, running some bushes, and make that your bathroom. Because what kind of stupidness is that? A portable potty is just what it is. So when you got to pull brakes and so the piss the shit out, what kind of shit is that? Does that make sense? There got to be somebody out of their mind. So she moved from drinking now to smoking. But these were the classy fuckers. These were the classy ladies. Because they always look down on people. And that's why I tell Tracy, I don't give two fucks about what goes on in that camp. I don't care. Because they didn't care about nobody else. They were all high and mighty. And I was shocked to see somebody like Sean Bradley going over to Pizarro that he had looked down on and think that she was beneath him. Look at him now. Look at him now. All the big numbers and the big excitement is gone. Life is it's like a revolving door, right? And sometimes you're up, you're down. And like they say, the same people you meet on the way up is the same people you're going to meet on the way down. Okay? So it's not good to be a snob. That's one thing. That's one thing. As a child growing up, my parents always told me that. Never look down at the people that's less fortunate. And instead of you talking about it, do something about it. Don't be an additional problem. Don't be the problem. Be the goddamn solution. But some people, I refuse to go that way. It's not saying if they have a GoFundMe and this woman is in crisis, I would not go into my pocket and help. But I'm not going to go and push my nose and I was not sent. Nobody called me. Because those are the kind of people. Now I might turn back and say everything is okay and curse you out. And say nobody sent and called you. Because look at the leader. Look at who they have as a leader. You know? A man telling these grown women what? Anyway, coming back now to Demas O. Demas O, and what I heard a clip on Stop Line TV. I happened to see that, and I don't know who Stop Line TV is, but these guys are very valuable, so we don't have to be red balling back and all of that. Thank you guys for who put out these contents, right? Like to get the highlights of the situation. It's a great help. Look at that. And I say, wow, everybody serve a purpose out here, right? So I heard the clip, and Demas O and Misunderstood was going at it, right? Demas O can't, because she speaks so fast, I can't remember what she was really saying, but they were pelting a lot of shots at each other, right? And then I think Demas O was telling her, I don't know how CPS came into, I don't know how CPS, apparently maybe Demas O said she was going to call CPS, I don't know if before or during that live. I really can't remember. Something like that. And I think misunderstood was telling her about maybe her complexion or whatever, whatever. Right? And all of that. So, now, what I have to say about that, um, what Demas O, if you're in the bushes or whatever, I hope you're listening. Demas O, I see two persons get on your skin, and the two persons that get on your skin, I don't want to be mean to no one, but you know what? Like I said, it's not about friendship. I'm calling it like I see it, or my interpretation of what I see. Okay? Okay. So Demas O, seems like Kemi is a main person in her, I hope it's just her YouTube life, okay? In her YouTube life. And misunderstood, take some part there. I don't know how much, but she's a little part there, because if somebody could get on your skin like that, then, you know, they're affecting something in your life, in your YouTube. Let's keep it at YouTube, okay? So that you're going back and forth with this crap. This whole thing started with Kemi, right? Y'all was all good friend, chummy chummy. And as soon as things break away, this one saying, he saying, she saying, and that's the next thing too. When two people is fighting, and you're close, and you're trading texts and phone calls and all of that, you know, nobody could come and tell me after the fact, hey, you know, and she had said, and this one had pulled it, I would say fuck off. Because it take two to tango. Don't come and tell me what she said, what you were saying. Because believe me, you could do that exercise. I think we all do it. You can't. How could you have fun speaking to yourself? How could you speak to yourself? And if you're speaking to someone and that person's not answering you, or changing the subject on a different subject, and I'm on the topic, okay, I want to speak about the rain, and you all the way somewhere, you're speaking about a plane, huh? And you're not paying attention, you're not interacting with me, what's going to happen? I'm going to lose interest. I can't go on. And you remember, these talks is not one time. It's over a period of time. Over a period of time. So when you come in to report what that person say, you were saying just as much. Okay? So it's bullshit. What they call the mad day. It's bullshit. And that is something, unless I am forced to, or somebody lie on me and said, look, you said yes, when I know I said no, and I have something to prove it, yes, I would bring it out and said, no, look at this. No, I did not say that. You got to be lying. But if I think you're just confused, I ain't got no time to be trading receipts. No, I don't have time for that. Because that is showing you went into that relationship negatively. Because why would you start taping? The two of us having a relationship, we sorting something. Why the hell would I think about, let me tape this shit for a mad day? What? Hey, let me tell you. I guess we'll function like that. That's how you see me. One friend, one female friend. That's what I would call. I don't even put her as friend anymore. She's a part of my family. Okay? That's all I needed. Okay? I have other friends or whatever, but I'm talking somebody close to me that knows everything. That I could reel out everything. Some things that I might not tell my blood relative, she knows it all. Okay? Comfortable. And we came decades of friendship. A lot of people cannot say that because they don't know anything about friendship. Because you see, where we get, where we fall ourselves and where friendship crash, when there are no boundaries set up and respect, there's none of that. If there's nothing like that in that relationship, whether it's friendship, your job, any part of your life, you must have a certain level of respect. And there are boundaries set up, right? Okay, good. So, I see a lot of people taking a lot of disrespect out here. Kimmy and no, let me keep on Demiso and misunderstood. So they're going back and forth, right? Now, a little while, let me see. A little while in Tracy's chat, right? Um, Tracy was given what I would call constructive criticism. People might not look. That's my interpretation of it, right? When she was saying, well, Demas all looking for friendship and da 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 da, and okay, all that was good by me. But when Tracy came out and said, look, it's too much. It's like she's doing it too much, or too often. I did not agree with that. Because we had a running of Eastern Star, Western Star, Southern Star, and all the motherfucking star. Okay? With Kimmy and the brotherhood and the fraternity. It was enough. It's fucking enough. That take a run. Then right after that was dropped somewhere somehow when Brother Cook or Pook or wherever he is, I think so. When the two of them fall out, and then GX and her fall out, and all of that, that it was the end of the stars. And I was like, thank you, Jesus. Okay? So now, misunderstood, her things sort of fire up. And then it come to the Don Cato and the Snoop and the this and the that, and it started going. The longest lasting fight for this season here, it was misunderstood. I think she and Kemi, no, I think she surpassed Kemi, or she just have different storyline. I really, like the neck and neck, I think she's a little, no, I think she's a little, well, anyway, I wasn't mentioning it, but to me, her thing went on a little long, because from one storyline to the next, to the next, to the next. But I can say something here today, and I don't give two fucks if Tracy don't speak to me anymore. Yes, I really care for Tracy, and she knows that. And I guess everybody around knows that, right? And that have not changed. But I'm going to call it like I see it. Tracy, when this thing with misunderstood story with the two of you, and you were there, she was coming and chat to chat. I know how you're the type of person you love, and you love very strong. Okay? All right. You were there, you were loyal to her and blah blah blah. But mostly I was seeing it from your end. From your end. Because as far as I concerned, the only thing misunderstood said, and I know that's what you basing most of this on. Okay? Like I said, my interpretation. What I see and what it's just from me. My eyes. You're basing this on when Tommy Sotomayor, or Sotomayor, or whatever his name is, was over there on Misunderstood's platform. You and him was fighting at one time because you were supporting him at one time. I can remember I never could have supported that guy, but I used to go over there every now and again and look, right? I don't think I ever typed in his chat. Yeah, I think so once. Something was going on. It was really hot. That was when you and him was good. And when you all followed or whatever. So after now he came over, I don't know what relationship at first he and Misunderstood had. And then they started saying like it was a relationship. I think she said that it was a relationship and something, but some back page or back thing, whatever. Yes, she gonna go like things that you pay for, and they see whatever picture or photo. Look, whatever they do in the back, okay? Like they were becoming, or I think she said that were item because she dropped Don Cato. Or Don Cato dropped her. Somebody dropped somebody. So now Tommy Sotomayor came in. At this time now, Tommy Sotomayor, remember, because like I said, those are bitches, right? Men like that cannot deal with women. Because a real man don't going back to back to back to back with a woman. Straight men don't do that. No, not in my life. I have not seen that. My people under the rainbow, yeah, that's the thing. Especially the transgender, right? They'll do it. Because remember, they're portraying her, she, right? So, okay. So you're going to get that back from them. But a straight man, no. So he came over there on misunderstood chat, I guess, and started to fight with Tracy or trying to run things over there, right? Trying to run things over there. And I guess he told this misunderstood to get rid of Tracy. And she said, hell no, or no, right? And I know Tracy remember that because that would be, that would be nice. That's nice. That this is one of your love interests, because people know you don't get between man and woman situation, husband and wife. You don't get in between that. You would lose all the time. Whether it's your sister, your brother, whatever, you're going to lose. Because when them people lay down together, they're going to be blazing you. Those same person will come back and question, say, leave my man alone, leave my woman alone. Mind your business, right? So I know that from very young. Don't get involved. So when she said that, look, I'm not getting rid of Tracy, okay? So you could walk if you want to walk. You want me to tell you why it was easy for her to do that? What I was looking at, okay, let's go to Don Cato, right? I think he and Tommy maybe have the same complexion, but this Don Cato is slim, right? He's on the slim side. And I guess I don't know if that goatee have a turn on, if that's the thing that turned them on. I don't know. That rubber band, something attract these women that have these two women fighting for this guy. Right? So it was easy because apparently this misunderstood have a type. Because we all have a type. We all have a freaking type. They say her child father is a doctor or something, right? Okay. And they said he's white. I don't know if he's an older, because I hear people saying he's an older gentleman. I'm not into the age, because for me, I like older men. Older gentlemen or whatever. So I guess Stormy Sotomayor was not her type. Was not her type. And that's why it was easy for her to do that. Because when I heard about that, I felt good. I said, good. She stood up. Good. He must feel like shit. So yes, because Tracy didn't do him anything. Yeah. So, hey, here we go. She stand 10 toes down and say, no, bitch. Back out if you want to back out. You're not going to tell me anything. Tracy's there as a supporter. Da-da-da-da-da. So, but somebody's coming in the middle of this. There comes Miss Kimmy. That is the lady with the power. Because I don't care what nobody say or misunderstood. Love the fuck out of Kimmy. And it looked like more she's treated badly by Kimmy, the better she feels. Because any normal person, I ain't making no damn woman. Okay, if even we were lovers, I'm making nobody speak to me like that. And let's go even further. Now, Kemi is a known, is ex, let me think, she's a felon, she was ex-felon, right? Okay. And for stealing, not for fighting somebody. For stealing, right? And I think she got more than one mug shot. When you get a book, they take a cheap, I think 3 or what. They don't be taken as you grow what. No. That mean every time you book, you see, because what I see Tracy had out there is different shots, so that means it's different. That's the different offenses, right? So I guess she's what they would call a repeated offender. Okay. So now we went, she and misunderstood. So it's not like to say misunderstood. I don't know if she did jail time, right? Because we're not hearing that. So misunderstood have one over on her. And they say, or misunderstood say, and they say misunderstood is rich. She got number 2 over on her. So why is she so starving for her to be acknowledged by a thief? Somebody who rejected you over and over and over again? A trip A trip. This Mexico trip. That was a joke. The Mexico trip, Kemi invited her on the trip. This is something should have been easily dismissed or easily not paid any attention to. Because I am not rich. But to date, I traveled to 8 countries. Okay? The only place I did not start yet, it was Europe. And that's on my bucket list. I have things going on. That's on my list. So, say Tracy invited me to Mexico. And she changed her mind. And she said, you're uninvited, whatever. I said, okay. Because I went to Mexico over and over and over and over again. The last time I was in Mexico was in 2017. Okay? So, what's the big deal? What is the big deal? You, the rich lady, should have been showing her place and said, oh, this is that, you know. You understand? That should have come like a joke. You should be ha in at that. Because when you live in a certain lifestyle, I don't care what nobody say. You would not have people and certain people speaking to you anyhow. And you say, yes, I'll go. I don't care if I'm this, if I'm uninvited or whatever. I'm going. I'm going. What? What? Listen, lady, that is showing a lot of your lifestyle. That is showing of your upbringing. You were plagued with rejection. It was so much around you that you think it's the norm. Because you were actually asking people. Like, right. You wanted people to agree with that bullshit. What? No, because you know what it is? People have standards, they have value. Where is yours, mom? You know what? And the bad thing is, well, they said you're rich. The bad thing is you can't buy that shit. You know? Can't buy that. And it's sad. It's very fucking sad. And next thing I look at, when Kemi called for this woman, she ran and hop and run and go to be on the platform because Kemi called her. I never remember Kemi having to wait for her to come and all of that. She'll run, she'll hop on that platform, and she's there with Kemi until Kemi's finished with her, and then she's dismissed. Okay? All the time. And then if Tracy, because what I've noticed, or before I forget what I'm noticing right now, anytime Tracy goes live, Kemi tried to cut in. Kemi, don't worry. Nothing that you do bad, it will go. Anything you do bad, it's not going to go unpaid for. Let me tell you that. Let me tell you that. And remember what I say today. It's not like to say you're in a clique or whatever. But at least, it don't matter if you don't like the person. Why would you all the time? Okay, it will be sometime you're not, you know, you're unsubscribed from this person, whatever. But I know you're not unsubscribed. Because bitch, is the day when your little shorts have fall down. Your oompa loompa self fall down from that tree. What you always take your permanent seat. That limb is going clunk, clunk, clunk. It's gonna break one day with you. And then everybody you will be exposed. You always going live. When Tracy is either live, okay, you always intersect. You like Jay Wilson have a class, a secret class. So he's teaching you how to do it. You and Jay Wilson, all you are the same kind of people. Tracy, I don't give a shit if you're mad. Because I know how you care about Jay Wilson, but you can't care about somebody. You could care to a certain extent that don't care about you. Okay? Because he's the next one store back with the same pattern. I'm saying it over and over again. Yes. And she's doing the same thing too. Okay? So that's why I said in your chat, are we going to have a marathon? Let's go for it. Let's go for it. Maybe when you go live, she go live, and you go live, and she go live. Maybe we could do a marathon. We could start some shit. But what I'm looking at today, misunderstood drop in your chat because I heard you say, oh, there's misunderstood. Babe, I didn't even know you were in here. Right? And then shortly after, you wanted her to explain something. And I guess she texts you back and says she's in ballet. Listen, I don't have to boast, but my husband is a very good dancer. Okay? My family was about music and dancing. Okay. And one day I saw an old clip. I guess it was an old clip. I don't know how old it was. And I guess somebody told this lady to dance. And lady, go get your money back. Go and take all that money back from these people what say you're doing ballroom dancing or whatever dancing you're doing. Because first of all, you have to have rhythm. You have no rhythm. No rhythm. I didn't know what the hell you was doing. But suddenly you're in ballet class, right? You're in ballet when Tracy called for you. You were just in the chat. How come you didn't say, you didn't just how you text her and said, oh, I'm in ballet. How come, why you even dropped down? You know it was going to be in ballet class. How come you text? How come you came into the chat? No, because if I know I'm going to a place and I'm going to be doing, I have an event plan. I'm doing something right now. Tracy did not send and call you before. You dropped down in the chat. So don't tell me you just landed ballet. You had to be somewhere there because shortly after. I don't even think you could have put on the shoes fast enough to say you there and you couldn't step out. And I know I was looking to see what was going to happen. You're full of shit. And I know Tracy is saying that. You think you slick or playing in people's faces. You didn't come and you was not going to come on that platform because your girl was live. And you know you're talking behind the scenes. You know if you had dare come on Tracy's platform, a whole shit was gonna start up. Because Kemi act like a bulldog, like she bullying you. And that is like a Caribbean thing. Mean like she effing you. Okay? So that is how that's going. So your loyalty is with Kemi, not Tracy. Tracy's just a backup. Tracy's like the mouthpiece. Tracy's like the soldier. What's gonna take the bullets to you? Okay? It's like what you call the people who is protect the president and the queen and all. We call them. Anyway, whatever you call them. I'm not even seeing the chat again. Whatever you call them. Okay? So that's what it is. So you just have Tracy because you need Tracy. You really, really need Tracy. And the next thing I've noticed, when you're on Kemi's platform, you have the utmost fucking respect because when the people is going at you in the chat, lady, how come you don't be cursing them out and carrying on? If you have to address them, you address them very, you take your time. You don't be carrying on. No. No. It's like she have a string. So she yanked that string and they're going to say you could go. Hit it 2 times, sit down here and have manners. You're not going to address my people. But when you're over on Miss Pizarro's show, any other platform you on, oh, and F you and this and that, you suddenly you got a surge of fucking energy that you don't even, you're over talking people. But when you're on Kemi's platform, you sitting down. Just like a humble fucking servant. Like a little dog. Like the dog that Kemi have. With the hair that shedding that she adding on. You know what? God forbid. But I wish that wig had flew off in the fucking hurricane. That wig looked bad. Kemi, that wig looked bad. That wig. Kemi, what the fuck? She tried to flip it. And the back is a mess. It's a... And she's saying she got a man in the chat. What man? You so the delusional? You gonna say you got a man? You man want to see you with that mop on your head? Kemi, what I'm to your real here? You hide in the forehead? You know, you could do a nice shortcut or go bald. Get a proper fitting wig, Miss Ting. Miss Ting, triple neck. Get a proper wig. That wig they don't suit you. If they want to tell, I'm telling you. I'm telling you. And you know, next thing you remember, I said it. I said that woman is bleaching. You hear how they talking themselves? Hear what she came and tell Demis O? She turned and tell Demis O to wash and bleach her something. See? So what she telling herself? The bleaching shit, right? Bleaching. So we know she's a bleacher, right? Now, let's go to I caught a little live from Miss Olivia. What Miss Olivia was saying made a lot of sense. You know, it was a very short life. I like when she speak about this the colorist thing and whatever, what the pro-black stuff. You know, she's very knowledgeable about that. You know, normally I'm not interested in things like that. Like I said, my background is of multiracial, so I don't, you know, I really don't try to get involved in that because I can't turn either way, right? And I'm not gonna turn either way. How could you? Because I'm not gonna please somebody because okay, they want to be pro-black, and I might have Indian in me, I might have Chinese in me. So what's for me to do? To show away the other part of me? I'm not doing that, and nobody could pay me to do that. And that's the problem. People need to stand up. Stand up. Why are you afraid to stand up for who you are? Because if you're not proud and you're not standing strong with confidence, nobody's going to take you seriously. Because at the end of the day, when I shut this off, you think anybody give a fuck about me? Whether I eat or not? Look, I went live. Did anybody ask me? Oh, but I think a couple of people, how you doing, heat wave or what? You think anybody's going to ask when I'm coming out, heat wave, you have some food to eat? Did you have dinner yet? No, because that's a personal thing. They don't give a fuck. So when you stand up and people is coming to you with certain situation, why you have to be afraid to be counted or to be liked or to be loved? Like I said, that has to do with your upbringing. And people need to stop it. And when you all see other people doing something wrong or saying some fuck up thing, it's nothing wrong because you could address things very respectfully. Don't bypass it like it's not happening. And that's what's going on with the sector. Because like I said, somebody's saying something and we know it's not going like that. So no, I ain't gonna answer Tracy because me and Tracy's good. I don't want her to get mad with me. Fuck that shit. If I see something, you hear the world, the United States of America. If you see something, say something. It might save a life. That's the same way you should be. It's either you stand up and you said, okay, I'm not going to say anything, but don't go along to get along. That is weakness. That is weak, 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 weak. If I'm doing something wrong, I love to know that somebody's going to correct me, like behind the bar. He confronted me, said, listen, you're not interacting with the chat. You know, that was a good thing. Nobody else had said that to me. That was that one more person had said that to me. I'll have to interact. And that was Miss Carey. She said that. And I said, well, as I go along, you know, I'll do it. Right? But at the end of the day, people, that's not good enough. And that's what killing the beef sector. Because if Pizarro do something wrong, then maybe Brianna is not going to want to oppose her because she's going to figure out this is going to break the friendship. If the friendship going to break, that means was nothing there in the beginning. It's nothing there because not that major. If she's saying a story like this and you know it didn't happen like that, what is it to say, no, I didn't hear it like that? Or what you're saying, I can't agree with you with that. That is healthy. It is fucking healthy, people. The worst kind of people to deal with that I want to deal with, scary, weak-ass bitches. People accuse me of being alpha female. I don't care what they call me. I don't care. And that's in my real life. I don't care. This is me. I'm not gonna pretend for nobody. The only time I'm gonna tower down, or to curve, or to bend, or to twist, is for the law. Cause I know full. Also, some yes sir, no sir, license yes sir, yes yes, because I want to go home. I want to make it home. And just thinking you're gonna know not to disrupt, because this is coming to your livelihood, people, your livelihood. And all this kind of power shit, what they talking about, pulling on people pages, and I'm weak, weak, weak. Because all these things was not happening. Y'all think about it. It's recently these things started to happen. Because as bad as they said VS was, nobody page wasn't getting snatch like that. Think about the newcomers. It's simple. And you, Canola, God already dragged you. You. This is the... He's claiming be sector. This guy is getting from bad to worse, from bad to worse. This man could only fight with women, women, women. I am sick. When I tell you I'm sick of him, I am sick of him. And this guy here get a check. He is not, listen, he has a problem. You hear me? Because no normal person would behave like that. I hear this man say he's going to show some savings account or something, his daughter. I'm not going to say our savings account. I'm going to show my daughter's savings account. And I'm like, Lord, this is not the man that was begging for a happy meal for his child. Huh? This is the man was not begging for, well, what do you call it? Scream yard. Not stream, scream yard. That's what he call it. He was begging for people to pay to help him with that. But all of a sudden he got an account. He have an account. And his daughter even have an account. This is the delusional sets of bitches that they are. Well, he's a comedian. You got to call comedian. And the next thing what I've noticed with these people is just envious and bad-mindedness, and it's all around us. And that's like this sector, people say this sector can grow. Yes, it can. I believe it can. But see what happened? If one person is getting more donation than the next one, they thought they're going to look, I don't know if it's a group, if they got some secret group or something, yeah, let's destroy her. Let's bring out something. Let's do this. Let's do that because she's getting too much money. She's getting this. Or let's say it's a fraud. What that have to do with you? And it's not your money. Huh? Why would you count your pockets? Why? Why do that? And that is what's suppressing us. That's the problem. It's not the sector would not grow. The sector is cursed. We're cursed over here. Because you know what? We have so much hatefulness, so much hate for our fellow men. Because at the end of the day, there is a job. Who is taking it serious as a job? Right? Because look at all the people that have millions, Touchkey and all of them. Where they get their money from is this same YouTube, right? So it is a job. It is a business if you take it as a business. So why are you going to go and hurt somebody? Listen, go down any area, any city, any little town. You see one Chinese restaurant, you see a next, you might have 4 in a block. All of them serving the same, selling the same food. Have you ever went into any one of those restaurants and they tell you, oh, don't go over there. Their food don't taste good. Never, 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 never. These people is with unity because they have a common goal. Let's make our money. Let's make our money. But we know, instead of we going to say, well, okay, I see you're getting more subscription, you have more people, and forget about the money because you can't control that, but you have more people in your chat or whatever, and people is drawn to your chat. What you should do, instead of you boycotting that person or talking ill about that person or making up shit about that person, what you should be thinking and saying, you know what, let me see what I could do. You know what I could do? Let me check my content. Let me see what content this person's giving. Maybe I could do this to improve my platform. That's all it will take, and then you will grow. But when you're taking time to destroy somebody else's platform, Like they say when you're digging hole, dig 2. Okay? Dig 4, dig 6. Because it never end up good with dirty hands. It never end up good with dirty hands. Okay? Oh, one last thing. I'm not going to hold you all any longer. I had something else to speak about, but that will come at the next time. Oh, again, Miss Reed, thank you so much for posting, what do you call it? Sharing my page. And so thank everybody who has subscribed to me. Thank all the content creator that dropped my link. I thank you guys so much. I really do appreciate that. And like I said, my upbringing is, if somebody did one good thing for me and let me come back to Jay Wilson, I know, Mr. Wilson, you're mad with me. As a lot, those things I wanted to say a long time ago, but I didn't have my platform, right? And I was not going to do it. And I was not going to put Tracy in that situation to jump on her platform to say bullshit and knowing you all have a good relationship. And I'm just speaking the truth. I'm speaking. I know a lot of people feel the same way. Most of the people feel the same way. Because you pretend to be something you're not. You pretend to be like you're above us. But sir, you're not above us. Because all the degrees and everything you have, kudos to you. Because I said, yay, 100, a thumbs up. But education is power. But at the end of the day, sir, don't look down on who don't have it. Because you're here with all the degrees. And who you speaking to? The dummies? We are your audience. We are your audience. So your degrees drop you right here. And if you were bigger than us and all of that, and you were more, you're such an intellect. You should not have been here. You should pass Tashike and all of them and gone. Tashike is no scholar. But look at how much she got. I think you were on these streets here for many, many years. You still here. So you're not better than us. No, you're not. So don't look down at people, because you're not fooling nobody but yourself. Everything you have to have bigger. You have to be better. You have to do this. And the next thing what this man does, when you go on his platform, he gives you like a minute and then he cuts in. And he's not a good host. He's not a good host. He's not a good host. Because everything is me, 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 me. And guess what, Mr. Wilson? I know you pull your subscription from me. And I know you're going to want to know how I know that. I know. But that's okay. Because you weren't there. You didn't want to be there from the beginning. I don't give a fuck, because flip-flopping bitches that have to material things define who they are, that is sad. It's weak. You as a human being. Because this house don't strap on my back. My properties is not going to strap on my back. When I'm walking the street, then nobody's going to know if I have wealth or not. Right? Because they don't walk across your forehead. You don't display that. Your behavior, sir, your behavior says it all. And on that note, I thank each and every one for being here. Again, can you take the time, if you have not subscribed, please tell a friend to tell a friend to tell a friend. Okay? And, to subscribe to me, please. And, like I said, I appreciate everything. I appreciate each and every one of you for being here and sharing your time with me. I feel very special, because you could have been doing anything else and you're here with me. I thank you. Okay? And on that note, let's all go in peace. Bye. See you again. And I'm going to start learning to read the chat. Okay? I'm so happy. You guys make me so happy today. Bye-bye. Have a blessed one.